why it's important to me to be the example that they need, as I mentioned earlier. So, Sunday, today we covered a lot of information.
Yes, we did.
And, we want people to know, just because we're doing a parenting masterclass, or we have founded Parenting on Mission, we're not saying that we're perfect parents.
No, indeed.
But what we're saying is there is a good way to parent, right? We don't have to do it all by trial and error, right? There's some best practices. There's some guidelines that, we've been able to formulate and come up with that we would like to share with other parents out there. And you guys may have some good ideas too. And we would love to hear that. Sometimes when it comes to, let's say, a child going off the path, right? If you look back and you see a child that kind of went the wrong direction, you can look back and kind of reverse that situation, and you'll see like different milestones that they all took kind of like a similar path to get there.
Right.
Whatever. Maybe they started being rebellious. Maybe they were being disrespectful, not listening and obeying to their parents, and not respecting authority figures. All these types of things. No structure in their life.
Right, and I think that sometimes as parents we see it, but we don't know how to confront it.
Right.
We see it and we don't have the tools or know what to do, and then how do I do it without it damaging the relationship, the parental-child relationship, because we don't want to do it the same way that we may have seen or experienced.
Right.
And so that could be a lot of hesitation, and I think that's where we're coming from.
Right. Well, even sometimes you may have to damage that relationship.
Especially if you missed it some kind of way, we had some issue. You got to tear it down and start back up.
Guys, yeah, that's sometimes when you refurbish and rebuild, sometimes you got to tear something down first.
Take it apart.
Not that we would ever want to do that, but how can we get to solve the problem if we're scared to confront the problem?
Exactly.
We can't be scared of our children. We cannot do that. So just like a child going the wrong direction, there's patterns and similarities of children that have gone the right direction.
Yes.
So we do feel like, everybody's situation is different. Yes, it is.
Right.
Everybody is different. Everybody is an individual. But just like everything else in our lives, there's standards that we follow, guidelines, certain processes, certain things that you do this certain way and you expect a certain outcome. That's what we're trying to bring to you with Parenting on Mission. So, Sonny, do you have a parenting point this week?
I just have one small, brief point.
Okay.
And I just wanted to highlight, if you notice that as Oscar and I talked about our journey and our story, one of the things you notice that I did not grow up with my biological father. Oscar did not grow up with his biological mom.
No.
And so what that sound like in our home was different, and ideally what it would sound like was something we had to work out.
Sure.
And so I just wanted to, as we conclude today, to encourage you to know that it doesn't have to be what ideally we think it should be like.
Right.
But when you work together and collaborate and communicate, and what's the last C, babe?
Well, cooperate.
That when you do that, you can figure out what are best practices that will work in your home. But you have to have those 3 C's for in your life, and that's working, and even in your family.
Right.
And for us, that's what worked for us. We had to collaborate, we had to communicate, we had to cooperate. It may not have worked for you because it didn't work that way for him or for me, but we came together to do it. So I just want to encourage you parents to think about, all parents to think about that.
So guys, do not forget to register for our upcoming, Parenting Masterclass. Sonny told you about it earlier, but it's on August the 29th from 6:30 to 9:30. All right, so it's when you get off of work on that Friday, you come on over to the Pool of Life Community Church, and then it's going to be on that Saturday, August the 30th from 8:30 to 5. You can go to parentingonmission.com. You can pick up your tickets. We also have an early bird special right now. Tickets will only be $28 right now for the early bird special. All right. So we do thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.
Leave a comment, guys. I mean, we want to know like your parenting journey. Maybe not just for us, but other people on the channel. You know, maybe you have some good advice and recommendations.
Because we're building a community.
It's a community, guys.
It's a community.
And, you know, it takes a community, or we say a village, to raise a child. And that's what we're trying to establish here. So, hey, take a moment, hit the notification button so that you can be notified on our next video. So, you're going to tell them what it is?
Our next video.
No, you're not supposed to tell them. It's a cliffhanger.
You didn't tell me I wasn't supposed to tell them.
So she's not going to be able to tell you guys on the next video. You're going to hit the notification so you can know about the next video. So remember, guys, parenting is a lot easier when it's done on mission. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye now.
Bye.